You're watching Sterling High School Channel 19, serving Pinella, Laurel Springs, Magnolia, Somerdale, and Stratford. Mobile television production facilities for this broadcast are made possible by a grant from Walmart. Walmart, with their location on the White Horse Pike in Somerdale.
As we welcome you to Channel 19, Lady Knights, as the Lady Knights play West Deptford was the West Deptford Eagles.
Tanya Berry, senior, Yellen Middle School, Pinella, New Jersey.
Marley Sire, senior, Yellen School, Stratford.
Leilani Franklin, junior, Good Shepherd School, Collingswood.
Nia Holloway, junior, Alice Costello, Brookline.
Tatiana Johnson, junior, Magnolia Public, Magnolia.
Raina Polkak, sophomore, Yellen School, Stratford, New Jersey.
Tori Wilsey, sophomore, Yellen School, Stratford.
Kayla Franklin, sophomore, Good Shepherd School, Collingswood.
Jasmine Johnson, sophomore, Magnolia Public, Magnolia.
Yesenia Johnson, sophomore, Magnolia Public, Magnolia.
And as we look at the Sterling stats here, 13-6, second in the Colonial Liberty. Offensively, they're getting 42 points per game, giving up 34 points a game. Latanya Barry is averaging 11 points a game. Nia Holloway at 8, Marley Sire at 6. And on the other end, West Deptford, third in the Colonial Liberty. Offensively, they're getting 42 points a game, giving up 36. Erica O'Donnell averages 10. Liza Laxton at 6. Carr at 6. And Carino at 5 points a game for West Deptford. Here we look at the Colonial Liberty standings. Obviously, all year, Haddonfield's been at the top, followed by Sterling. West Deptford at 4-4 in the conference. And Haddon Heights, Collingswood, and Audubon rounding things out.
Don't know if you guys talked about the milestone potential for tonight. Latanya Berry only 15 rebounds away from 1,000 for her career.
That's a big stat.
So we'll have to keep eyes on that. We'll put John. You're on that. You're on rebounds tonight.
Okay.
That's your job.
Thank you.
Your job is rebounds tonight. So we'll keep an eye on that one. She would be the only second player in school history to eclipse 1,000 rebounds for a career, which is
a tremendous stat.
It's unbelievable stat, and you think of some of the players more recently, Jordan Wallace, and Jordan Wallace only played 3 years of varsity basketball, so she lost that extra year. Had she played all 4 years, I would imagine she probably would have gotten to 1,000. Tori Wilsey almost started the game 4 seconds in with a basket and a foul. Quick foul, and of course we saw this team just a couple weeks ago in that South Jersey tournament in the second round. Sterling was victorious in that, and the last foul was on McDonald. That is her first, obviously team's first. Tori Wilsey off the back of the iron, no good.
But a good job of Tori Wilsey going hard in towards the basket. A lot of times, girls, if they see a defender coming towards them, will kind of sway away, but she was able to draw the foul.
Empty trip to the line for the sophomore Wilsey. These two teams, I mean, it's tough to beat a team 3 times. We say this so many times in so many sports, Schulze, that it is tough to do, but no No Nia Holloway tonight.
And West Deptford, they're a formidable opponent. I know they've had some down years, but have not had a bad year this year. They've played some good teams tough.
3 from Laxton, no good. Gets another opportunity here working against Leilani Franklin.
And the last 5 times these teams faced, Sterling has won all 5.
A jumper by McConnell, no good. Or, excuse me, Carino, no good.
Tag.
Wilsey.
Okay.
Still looking for the game's first points. And triple team down low is LaTanya Berry. I think the foul's going to go against, I believe, Laxton.
They just all converged on her, and you can see early on here they're determined not to let her dominate, and if she gets a basket in close, they're definitely going to foul.
McDonald committed the foul, and that's her second. So that's going to force Mark Petito to head to the bench and bring in Isabella DeCesar, the freshman.
And they're deep. They use their bench. So, and again, for the reason you're just seeing right now, you know, if they're going to foul LaTanya Berry down low, they're going to use a lot of players and definitely exhaust their bench.
Not a lot of players in school history here at Sterling could say that they have eclipsed 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. And that's, should Berry get there tonight. And it's obvious that she'll probably get there at some point in the next week or so.
And 1,000 rebounds, and you said it, you really have to play all 4 years, start all 4 years to get that. Obviously, Jordan Wallace having a great career here, and at Rutgers only started 3 years.
There's one rebound.
Great job in position, and have really been getting a lot of blocks over the last couple games. Tanya Berry has.
Wilsey almost walked. It was deflected, says the near side official. Johnson, no good. Rebound over to Carino. Carino running the offense now, surrounded by white jerseys, and she backs it out, kicks it over to Yaruso, who hits a long 2.
Right now, West Deptford is going for a very aggressive defense, which pays out.
West Deptford comes up with a steal, but before the travel, they're going to call a jump ball. And it will stay West Deptford basketball. 5:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Open jumper, too strong. And the rebound to Wilsey. Wilsey trying to get away. She does. She's quick. See that on the soccer field all the time from her. Leilani Franklin down low from Wilsey.
Yeah, real good job of Wilsey getting the ball up the floor and kind of had a defender there, was forced to pass it behind Franklin, but she recovered, got the ball spun, and finished. Nice play by both of them.
It was that breakaway speed from Tori Wilsey that really created that opportunity. And a good vision there to find Leilani Franklin underneath the basket. Long 3 on the way, in and out, no good. Rebound to LaTanya Berry. That's turned right back over. Sterling a little sloppy defensively here. But West Deptford not able to take advantage, and it will be Sterling basketball, 4:38 remaining in the first.
Yeah, you see the replay of Tori Wilsey coming down the floor, nice bounce pass, and again, kind of was forced to throw it behind Franklin with the positioning of the defender.
Franklin trying to spring Wilsey. Wilsey all the way to the rack, too strong. Rebound, Tatiana Johnson, who's following up the play, and a travel before the basket.
And I think we're going to be seeing that a lot. Just using Wilsey's speed against West Deptford.
She's definitely able to get ahead of the pack, no question about it.
Soccer player in the fall, basketball obviously here in the winter, and then I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say lacrosse.
Could be, sounds about right.
It sounds about right in the spring. I could be wrong on that one. course, her brother Rob is a quarterback here at Sterling, was a outstanding volleyball player as well here, class of 2019. (3-2) Sterling early on here, about halfway through this first quarter. Glad you joined us here on Channel 19. Rob Strauss, Kevin Schulz, John Hallwood. Third and final meeting between these two teams this season.
Wouldn't say final meeting.
There's a possibility a regular season meeting anyway. And we'll take a look at the playoff brackets. It's starting to get to be that time of year, boys, where we can start talking about the road to a South Jersey Group 2 championship and what opponents you'll come into as Rossi chimes in. The senior gets her first bucket of the night, and West Deptford retakes the lead.
Good ball movement by West Deptford, resulting in a short jumper.
Wilsey count the basket and the foul.
Here we see that shot by West Deptford, but a great job by Tori Wilsey, again, with the defender trailing her. Rob, you mentioned it. She's got that breakaway speed. Even with handling the ball, is able to get away from the defender and then ultimately have a chance for the three-point play.
Foul was on Avery Carino. That's the junior's first foul. Third team foul for the Lady Eagles as Wilsey tries to put away the conventional three-point play. Cannot. And it goes out of bounds off of Rossi.
You see the play right there. Great job of finishing.
Franklin inbound. Pump fake there by Leilani Franklin. And this is where a deep bench this part of the season where you've got some injuries and you got to find ways to replace those people in the injuries. And look at Tatiana Johnson, beautiful spin off the glass and in.
And we always say how that opportunity is going to be there with all the attention given to LaTanya Barry and Marley Sire. Johnson does a great job using the backboard and using her body down low.
Getting back to the bench players, you never know when your number is going to be called. And so I think I know it can be discouraging at times for the players that don't get a lot of minutes, but when your number is called, you got to be ready, and that's one of the reasons you practice so hard.
Well, the other reason, and we'll look at this on the replay, of Johnson really doing a great job, getting great position right there. Just a real good offensive move down in the low post. But the other reason, Rob, we're looking at a strong team that's playing man defense. That's going to wear you down a little bit more, and you're ultimately going to have to use your bench in that situation, especially when you're doing that throughout most of the game.
Sterling going to bring in Jasmine Johnson into the game, replacing Leilani Franklin, who got the start here tonight. One more on the way for Liza Laxton. And she cannot convert. However, Rossi comes up with the offensive rebound, and it'll go back to Sterling.
West Deptford's going to pressure the inbound. Good job by Sterling. Breaking the press with ease. No sense of panic, just really were not affected by the pressure of West Deptford at all.
Under 2 minutes to go. Wilsey a long two. Too strong. Nice follow by Jasmine Johnson for her first bucket off the bench.
Yeah, good job of Jasmine Johnson coming in and having an impact, but even better than that, I like the ball movement in that trip down the floor.
Whistle, and I think they're going to call a foul on, yes they are, on LaTanya Barry. She doesn't like the call. Might have gotten a hand in there, but nonetheless.
Neither does the coach, Berkasey.
Raina Pelkat going to check into the game at the next opportunity. 9-4 Sterling here. Wilsey comes up with a steal. Wilsey is going to take this all the way. Nobody in front of her and can't convert the layup. Chance for West Deptford, 3-on-2 the other way. Long jumper by Laxton, no good. Rebound, Flynn, and it will stay West Deptford basketball.
And you initially see the impact here of LaTanya Burr. If that's anybody but her, most girls on a fast break will try and go up and draw the foul, but they go away from her, pump it out, put it out to the outside, and really weren't able to do much from there.
I was looking at Coach McCasey. She was having a little bit of a word with the ref, saying, Wilsey, when it was Wilsey going up, that should have been a foul.
Stolen away by McGee. McGee, 1-on-2, tries to go cross court, picked off by Jasmine Johnson in the hands of Wilsey, and now back to Johnson.
Good move by Jasmine Johnson, slowing it up.
We approach the 32nd mark of this first quarter. Sterling in a low-scoring affair, leading this one by 5, 9-4. Jasmine Johnson, rainbow three, no good. Rebound to McGee.
Looks like West Deptford's going to hold out for the last shot.
Laxton off the screen. Passes off, baseline jumper by Rossi's too strong. Sterling, if they move, they got a chance at a buzzer beater, and they don't see the clock. Johnson almost got it to go. I don't know if she got that off or not. Looked like she did. Nonetheless, doesn't go in, and we're going to hold at a 9-4 Sterling advantage. And we mentioned the bracket earlier. You can take a look at it here. Sterling over there in the left-hand part of your screen is going to take on Cedar Creek, who we always seem to see either Barnegat or Cedar Creek in that opening round. And that's going to be Tuesday, March 3rd, right here at Sterling High School. They will face either Cinnaminson or Pennsauken Tech in the next round 48 hours later. You look at the other side, West Deptford and Audubon, little Colonial Conference matchup on that other side. They'll face either Middle Township or Oakcrest. But again, you look at the #1 seed there, Manchester Township, who won it all last year. Not just South Jersey, all of New Jersey. And the boys side, boys earn an 11 seed. They're going to play Delran on the road on Tuesday, March 3rd. So we might have to divide and conquer on that day. West Deptford down there in the bottom left is going to play Middle Township as well.
Lower Cape May should have no problem with Camden at the top.
Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, no problem.
Camden, one of the top teams in the state, and that's a big roadblock in Group 2.
And I think that's one of the only times you see I've ever seen a 16 beat a 1 was a number of years ago, Lakewood and Bridgeton. Bridgeton was the 16 seed going to Lakewood, and I guess they got some players back from injury or whatever, and a 16 beat a 1, and it sent shockwaves throughout South Jersey.
Well, it's definitely not happening there with the Lower Cape May and Camden.
No.
Camden, actually, one of the top teams. They're, I think, 15th in the country.
Breaking down the second quarter now, 9-4. Sterling leads. Good look down low, blocked away by Marley Sire.
Now, just great position by Sire, trailing and then getting herself up and putting herself in position to get all ball on the block.
And go backcourt on the inbounds pass. Little drive, that may have been partially deflected. Nonetheless, ends up in the hands of Marley Sire, and Sterling going to look to boost their 5-point lead.
Well, Sterling's doing a good job with the help defense off of those drives, and obviously going man-to-man are able to really defend the perimeter, shut down West Deptford's ability to shoot from the outside.
Johnson walks. Tried to sell the pump fake a little too hard. And we West Deptford basketball, another low-scoring affair. Last time these two teams met, it was a low-scoring contest as well.
Yeah, Sterling right now, doing a great job defending in that half court.
McDonald back in the game with 2 fouls, gives it up. And it's Tori Wilsey, 2-on-2 the other way. Wilsey, a floater, does not fall for her. She's having a rough night on some of her transition buckets. They're gonna call a jump ball, will stay Sterling basketball.
She's able to get the room, but she isn't able just to get that little finishing shot.
Unselfish play there, had an open shot, finds Sire, and she picks up the assist, not the point.
That's a great look by Wilsey, who knew where that ball was going, I think, before she even got it. And Marley Sire does a nice job turning and finishing.
Passed up a pretty open shot, too.
Yep.
But got the result, 11-4 Sterling. McDonald, long arcing three is no good. Offensive rebound swatted away by Tatiana Johnson. But McDonald comes up with a loose ball. Another block. Well, the defense that started off kind of rough has really awoken here in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Well, it's the help defense, and obviously part of that is the blocks. As you look at Sire getting a pass from Tori Wilsey right there and finishing on the replay. But, you know, if you're going to beat the man defense, obviously it's tough to shoot from the outside. You've got to have drives to the basket and get to the free throw line off them, but West Deptford hasn't been able to do that.
Sire called for an offensive foul. Strong move to the basket, but might have gotten watch the elbow here. There, right there. So Sire picks up her first. That's what the officials saw. It's the team's third, so both teams with 3 team fouls. Eagles within a touchdown here. But haven't had a bucket here in quite some time. There are only 2 buckets coming from Cara Yaruso and Cecilia Rossi, the 2 seniors.
And they have the ability to hit from the outside, but again, I just think with the way Sterling is defending on the perimeter, they haven't had any opportunities.
Hope he took the under in this game.
And they're doing what they need to do.
Yep.
They're slowing it down, patient trips.
So crossover and cannot convert is Laxton. Sterling comes up with a loose ball. Wilsey, 1-on-3, will wisely back it out and wait for help.
And you saw right there, I think there's a certain sense of when you get to the basket, you know Sire or Burry are right there. They rush their shots, they're off bounds. And
Jasmine Johnson, a little leaning floater, gets it to fall, and a timeout on the floor by West Deptford, be a 30-second
well, great
timeout.
Body control here by Jasmine Johnson, going in, taking on the defender, and just really being under control on that baseline drive as she takes on contact there and finishing. And that's a tough play, not having the ability going baseline to use the backboard. Real nice play by Johnson. And you can catch all the highlights of this game, and you can get this game live on YouTube if you just go to www.youtube.com/SterlingTV19. Mr. K putting most of these games on YouTube for everyone to see. A lot of people out there are really enjoying the ability to watch these games either on their phone, computer, or their smart TV.
I know we have at least one viewer tonight. West Deptford tennis coach Mike Seeley chiming in, and bowling coach as well.
Okay.
So shout out Mike Seeley, what a great does such a great job with the tennis teams, and I'm sure he does equally as good a job with the bowling squad there as well. Dan Farr also checking in from the comfort of his living room.
Lena Leto usually is somewhere out there.
We've got fans. So after the timeout, Sterling with a 9-point lead. West Deptford still yet to score here in this quarter. Trying to find Barry down low and taken away. Open for 3 is Carino. She takes it and hits it.
And that's what happens when you leave girls like Carino, Laxton out open on the outside. They can hit the 3. So one of the few times they've been left out alone, Carino makes Sterling pay for it.
Johnson, good look from her sister, but can't convert the 8-footer, but Latanya Berry cleans up with another offensive rebound and a putback.
That's the thing. If you don't hit from the outside, you can afford to miss with the rebounding advantage. Erica McDonald, another one who can hit the three from West Deptford, getting a shot off.
Now all of a sudden the pace is picked up over here in a little, like the last 90 seconds or so.
Yeah, and Sterling's got to get better or play the way they did on the perimeter early on.
Foul down low. Head coach Mark Matito looking for an explanation, and he'll get one after they determine who the foul is on, and they're going to call that, I believe, on McGee. Indeed it is. It's the team's fourth. So the sophomore picks up her first personal. And Marley Sire going to check in late for Raina Pelkak. Franklin inbounds to Tatiana Johnson. Got a friendly roll there and got it to go.
And you could hear Tatiana Johnson call for that. Great job of using her body against the defender. And boy, that's a big time move down low by the junior.
Sterling out to their biggest lead of the night at 10. We're under 3 minutes remaining in the half.
West Deptford again, very patient in this half-court set.
They're always moving too. Everybody's always moving around trying to find the open opportunity there, and it's gonna be a foul on Leilani Franklin as McDonald drives to the lane. She's fouled hard. That's gonna be the second on Leilani Franklin.
There you see that play by Tatiana Johnson, and a nice pass, a nice job by Leilani Franklin, letting things develop in front of her and getting the ball to Tatiana Johnson right at the right time.
Nice, calm, easy stroke there by Erica McDonald, the junior. Tori Wilsey checks back into the game for Leilani Franklin. One more on the way for McDonald. And can't find the bottom of the net. So West Deptford struggling from the free throw line tonight, 1 of 4 early on.
Yeah, and they've had a tough time getting there. You know, I think their strategies with drives to the basket, try to get to the free throw line, but the help defense, the blocks down low have really been affecting what they've been able to do.
Tatiana Johnson fakes the shot, drives in, and now it's going to be West Deptford basketball. They're gonna call a loose ball foul on Tatiana Johnson. That's her first, team's 5th. 2:13 remaining here in the half. As Jacinia Johnson going to check into the game, not wearing 24 tonight in honor of Kobe Bryant, as she did a couple weeks ago.
Back to number 1.
Back to number 1, so it doesn't mess up my score sheet. Thank you very much, Jacinia Johnson. Not that I minded making the change to 24 in honor of Kobe Bryant. And they're going to call a foul on the aforementioned Jacinia Johnson, playing some stingy defense, sometimes a little too stingy there.
Yeah, well, she's aggressive on the perimeter, has good position, as you see right here. But like McDonald just caught her leaning a little bit.
So next foul by Sterling will put West Deptford in a 1-on-1 situation. And take away that 3 by Carino. And West Deptford's had a real tough time getting any field goals, let alone points, in this contest. Berry comes up with the loose ball.
And I feel like Sterling is doing a better job in their half-court set tonight.
Tatiana Johnson, a long 2 is good. From distance, Tatiana Johnson, she has 6 tonight.
Yeah, not only hitting the open shots, but at times when she needs to, she can create her own offensive opportunities.
We approach the 1-minute mark of the half. Sterling out to an 11-point lead. McDonald on the drive, gets it to go off glass for her first field goal of the night.
Well, just found an opening off to that right side.
Wilsey, this speedy Wilsey, tracks it down in a timeout on the floor as Marley Sire, a little miscommunication, but Wilsey was able to track it down.
There you see Tatiana Johnson setting the feet, getting the shot off, and you look at our crowd on hand tonight. Decent crowd for this 5:30 game. And you can catch Sterling TV19 on Instagram. A lot of good stuff on there, a lot of good photos and good things going on there. You see Coach Mark Patino and his West Deptford Eagles. The team that always battles, hasn't had a lot of luck against Sterling, losing the last 5.
Dating back to 2003, you're looking at a 32-game win streak against these West Deptford Eagles.
West Deptford's definitely probably going to feel tired on losing.
They're probably tired of hearing that stat, too. I would be.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just keep hearing that number keep going higher and higher.
Wilsey double teamed in the corner, and it goes off of West Deptford out of play. 31.6 left to go in the half.
Smart move. You can see Sterling does that to a lot of teams with that trap, and West Deptford did it to Wilsey. Good heads-up play, knowing she was kind of in no man's land in that corner and bounced it off the defender.
Foul line for Sire, finds Berry down low for 2.
And that's the type of play that's going to be really big as the playoffs loom.
.17 seconds remaining. The long bomb for Wilsey. Wilsey completes it for the touchdown. Been a long time since we've been able to say that.
And they used her speed on that one, getting ahead of the pack.
Baseline jumper, no good. Berry with the rebound, and she's just going to hold it for the end of the half. Sterling, a couple late buckets, gives them a 23-10 lead heading into the locker room. We'll break down the first half, get ready for second half right after this.
It was great. We won.
I'm sorry I missed it.
It's okay. You can check out all the highlights on Sterling TV19's YouTube channel.
Oh, wow, really? All right, I'll check it out then.
Bye.
Yeah, that's that girl I was talking about.
Hey, I like your new tattoo.
Hey, when are you gonna post something new?
Man down. Terrible.
911, what's your emergency?
Sterling leading this one 23-10. Third time these two teams have met this season, and not a lot of scoring as we've noticed through each of these three games, but Tatiana Johnson leading the way here. 6 points to Tanya Berry right behind her with 5.
Well, Tatiana Johnson's going to get opportunities with the attention given to LaTanya Berry, Marvin Side, and she's taking advantage of it. McConnell on the other end with 3, Carino with 3, and Rossi with 2.
And not a lot of foul trouble to speak of. Leilani Franklin picked up 2 quick ones, as well as McDonald. McDonald picked up her first 2 in probably the first 2 or 3 minutes, and that forced Mark Petito to go to the bench a little bit there, and she came in towards the latter half of that first half, but nonetheless, Sterling leading by 13 as we enter the final 16 minutes of this contest.
And a good job by Sterling finishing out strong on the offensive end in that last minute, because prior to that, with a couple minutes left, you saw West Deptford really kind of come to life. You had Carino with the 3. I believe McDonald had a successful drive to the basket, but Sterling kind of negated that with what they were able to do offensively, and now lead 23-10.
Sterling 4-1 in their last 5 games. West Deptford 3-2 in their last 5. And you look at some of the injuries that have started to mount up there, and you can see Kayla Franklin there on the bench. And West Deptford will start inbound. They're having a hard time trying to find somebody to inbound to. Finally, they get in the hands of Erica McDonald. West Deptford, an uphill battle here in the second half. They want to get back into this one. The Sterling defense has done a great job. McDonald goes hard to the floor. She's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot a pair.
Yeah, you could see they're really trying everything they can, and McDonald had a successful drive to the basket with about 2 minutes left in the half, and then right there is able to get to the free throw line. And that, Rob, that was something they struggled with throughout this first half. In addition to not being able to get shots from the outside, with that pressure defense, they had trouble getting to the basket, were getting blocked, and weren't getting themselves to the free throw line.
2 for 2 from the line for McDonald to open the scoring here in the second half. She's 3 of 4 from the charity stripe this evening. Well, defense, pressure by the Eagles. Berry wide open down low. She's fouled. She'll go to the line.
And they get the ball to Sire here. Now, past that three-point arc, gets it into Barry, and she had great position. Was able to get herself to the free throw line.
Fouls on Cecilia Rossi, her first, team's first. One more for LaTanya Berry, only a 54% free throw shooter. And an empty trip to the line. She's 1 of 4 tonight from the free throw line. Obviously an area, Kevin, that she's going to want to work on down the stretch here.
Yeah, no question about it. It's because there's going to be opportunities, especially as we move to the postseason.
I don't know what Sterling is shooting as a team from the free throw line. I'm sure Coach Jones has that stat. Tatiana Johnson can't convert. Berry, and an offensive foul before, and the Sterling bench is incensed. They're going to call it on Marley Sire, I believe.
Or Barrett.
No, they got Tatiana Johnson on it.
Did they? Okay.
Team second, that's her second as well. And all Coach Marchese can do, she had the entire coaching staff got up. And now there's a discussion on who the foul is on. And the discussion,
Yeah, it looked like Johnson had ball there. Now.
Just got word from the scorers table that it was, in fact, on Tatiana Johnson.
She had all ball. There's no way.
Wow. Well, nonetheless, the call stands. There's no red flag on the court, so we can't review it. Imagine they bring that into high school sports, the challenge flag.
Be something that would be interesting to do.
Well, you need about 75 more Channel 19. And Mr. Cage, you got to duplicate.
He's got to clone
Mr.
himself.
K.
Yes.
Clone him, yeah.
Trap down low is Franklin. Sire now. Sire triple team, somehow gets it to go.
Well, a great move by Sire and a great job finishing, but also a great look by Tatiana Johnson, who just sees the floor so well.
25-12 Sterling leads. McDonald all the way. Wilsey lost her, and McDonald converts. Tatiana Johnson double teamed, almost trapped in the corner there. Looks down low, and will be out of bounds, Sterling basketball. The crowd's starting to get into this one a little bit. 5:55 remaining here in the third quarter. Tatiana Johnson, the ball fake, back to Berry. Franklin now. Sire's had a great night. Gets an offensive rebound there and almost gets it to fall. She's fouled, she'll go to the line.
Well, you're seeing here the advantage Sterling has down on the low post with not only Sire eventually getting her own rebound, but you had the time Berry tap the ball her way.
Sire converts the first. Looking to make it 6 points on the night is Marley Sire from the free throw line. And it all but drops for her, so she'll stay at 5 points this evening, but a real strong game out of her on both sides of the ball so far tonight.
Yeah, defending it, her and Latanya Bird been doing a great job defending some of those drives to the basket. A couple nice passes down low.
Yaruso working against Tatiana Johnson, and now it's McDonald working against Wilsey. Off the screen is Laxton. McDonald doesn't take the screen, a little behind the back. Tries to go up against Sire and does not get it to go, and it goes off of Sterling, and it will say West Deptford basketball.
Yeah, McDonald got caught a little bit out of control right there. And again, to West Deptford's credit, they've been moving the ball well. Just the Sterling defense has really been frustrating.
Timeout. It'll be full timeout. West Deptford, 4:59 remaining here in the third quarter. Sterling leading 26-14. Next TV game coming up Next Tuesday, the Garnets coming to town. We'll have that for you right here on Channel 19 and live on YouTube as well. 5:30 tip-off.
And improved Garnets. Yeah, we saw them last week. And a team that's really come on has had a lot of younger players who were struggling earlier in the year, but are really starting to play well. So it'll be a tough game.
And also 1 week from tonight, always a big matchup here at the Castle when Haddonfield comes to town. The boys are going to be taking on the Bulldogs here at the Castle. That's
And
always a good one.
Haddonfield losing a thrilling game against Haddon Heights earlier in the week. They avenged a loss to Haddon Heights.
And we did that game,
earlier
and that
in the
was
year.
that
Haddon
was
Heights. I'm sorry, Haddon Heights had lost the first time around.
that was a great game. So 2 great games, and the Colonial from the boys' side has been really, really competitive this year, which is nice. Corner 3 on the way by Laxton's no good. And it stays West Deptford basketball off Latanya Berry. Laxton had a good look at it.
Not many of those good looks by West Deptford. It's just man defense.
A steal by both, initially by Franklin and Wilsey, but can't hang on to it. McDonald for Laxton. And it goes off of Todd Johnson, out of play.
Here you see Donald trying to force the ball up the floor. Good job by Tatiana Johnson doing all the little things.
McDonald blocked by Marley Sire.
When you're driving the basket and you have not only Marley Sire, but Latanya Berry staring you in the face.
Latanya Berry count the basket and the foul. And she's got a big smile. She'll go to the line to shoot.
And she got this pass late on that run to the basket and had her back kind of turned, but that's a big time move. She was almost under the basket and kind of repositioned herself and was able to get it off the backboard.
3rd foul on Erica McDonald. It's also the 3rd team foul on the Eagles. And Berry to the line. 1 of 4 tonight from the free throw line. Largest lead tonight for Sterling, 29-14. Just about halfway through this 3rd quarter. Franklin, Berry, Tatiana Johnson, Marley Sire, and Tori Wilsey on the floor for Sterling. Stay West Deptford basketball.
Good job moving the ball, but again, good job by Marley Sire being in position.
Jump ball, Sterling basketball as Berry goes to the floor. Tanya Berry gonna continue her basketball career after Sterling. Manhattan College, I believe.
Yes. Pretty sure, yeah. She's in that Northeast Conference. Now you see West Deptford really trying to hound Tori Wilsey on the perimeter.
It's gonna be a reach-in foul on Avery Carino. That's going to be her 2nd. Team's 4th.
And that's what, you know, bringing the ball way out, bringing the defender way out, was able to do for Tori Wilsey. When she turns, she's got a lot of room, is able to drive to the basket.
Sire loses the handle, goes into the hands of McGee, and it will be West Deptford basketball. Little shoe timeout, little equipment malfunction down there for McGee.
And with a 15-point lead here, with 3:34 remaining, you just don't, you feel like Sterling right now is just firmly in control of this game with the way they've been defending. West Deptford, a team that can go on runs, but not against this Sterling team and the way they're defending the perimeter, completely shutting down their three-point game.
Well, they've held West Deptford to 14 points through 2.5 quarters. That's pretty impressive defense by Sterling. They've always been noted for that this entire season.
Yep.
But I think more so tonight. Yaruso can't get the ball, and a loose ball foul the other way. And that's going to go against McGee.
And something about having LaTanya Barry come at you like that is going to make you maybe hurry your shot just a little bit more.
Jasmine Johnson ahead of the pack, 1-on-2. Too strong. Barry with another rebound. She's fouled. She'll go to the line.
Yeah, they ultimately get to the line. You see Johnson right here. This is where, instead of going away, you want to turn in and draw the foul, initiate contact, kind of just swayed away from the basket, but ultimately Barry was able to get the rebound and get herself to the free throw line.
Foul was on the senior Yaruso, team 6th. Barry gets the friendly roll. Back-to-back free throw conversions for her.
Doesn't matter how they go in, right, John?
It doesn't matter. If it goes in, it's a point for you. LaTanya just needs 10 more rebounds.
In a game like this, where West Deptford's not getting a lot of shots up in the air, her 10 rebounds for the final 11:07 might be tough to come by.
Yeah.
$17-point lead for Sterling, under 3 to play here in the third.
Yeah, if you get them, they'll be on the maybe the offensive end.
Good hustle going into the bench by Carino, or into the stands rather by Carino, but it stays Sterling basketball. Press on the way. They had Jasmine Johnson up the floor. Had Anna Rossi beat, but they didn't see her. Strong screen by Sire. Nice pass for LaTanya Barry. Good look from Marley Sire down to LaTanya Barry.
And that's probably about the third time, really the last 3 baskets Barry's had, that she's gotten the ball turned, been under the basket, and kind of had to lean back and use the backboard, and really did it well.
Barry with the block on Olivia McGee. And a travel as Tatiana Johnson lost the handle. And Raina Pelkat going to check into the game now for Sterling, replacing Todd Johnson.
Going to Barry. She used her body the entire time, just had her back against that defender. And then here comes the block, drive to the basket. And
Sire had a duck.
Like I said, even when there's times when they have a little bit of room, they're hurrying their shots because they're anticipating Barry being in there.
2:04 remaining here in the third. Sterling out to a very comfortable 19-point lead. And this was a very different game last time in that South Jersey Coaches Tournament game. And Sterling had Nia Holloway in the game. So Coach Marchese mixing it up a little bit and go with some of the younger players. And it seems to be paying dividends here in this contest, at least.
Yeah, and obviously for Sterling to win, they need good perimeter defense, and they need Sire and Barry to dominate down low on both ends of the floor, and they've done just that.
Sire tries to break the double team. Pelkat with an offensive board. She turns it over to McDonald. And West Deptford turns it right back over. They had a 2-on-1 and could not convert.
And a perfect example of them having numbers going down the floor, but you're in such a situation where you're constantly hurrying because the way Sterling's defending, they hurried when they didn't have to hurry.
Timeout on the floor by Sterling. It's a full timeout, 1:28 remaining here in the third.
And you can catch these Sterling games live on YouTube, or if you don't catch it live, you can go back and watch it on your smart TV, your computer, or your cell phone. Sterling TV 19 on YouTube.
And if it wasn't, get that camera
crowd again on hand tonight. 5:30 start.
Breaking news.
Sterling High School.
Breaking news. We might actually have temperatures below 32 degrees for the next 2 days.
It's going to go down, I think, to 15 Saturday night. But then jump back up next week.
Not enough to get the Schulz ice rink out, is it? Not even close.
Been a tough year.
Not even close. Did you even put the rink, the baseboards up? Was it even worth it?
Didn't put them up this year because just looking ahead, again, there's no consistent days where it's below. At night, you need to be below 25, and that just hasn't happened.
I think this sets up perfectly for the start of spring sports season on Friday, March 6th, for it to snow.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Nothing like taking one, an 85-mile-an-hour fastball off the heel of your glove as a catcher.
Yeah.
Or taking one off the foul ball off the knuckles of the bat.
Yeah, 35-degree weather.
That's always fun.
Probably the warmest you'll ever feel in that spring, if that does happen, if it does go below 35.
Nice move by Tatiana Johnson. Beautiful spin move to her left for the bucket.
And that's, we talked about the perimeter defense, the dominance of the bigs down low, but the ball movement from Sterling has been outstanding. They've really been executing their half-court offense, and that's another big reason why they're ahead in this game by 21.
Jasmine Johnson 1-on-2, tries to take it herself and converts. Are you kidding me? 6 points for Jasmine Johnson.
Caught up going away from the basket, but used the backboard.
Foul Marley Sire, her second, team's third. So McDonald will go to the line.
Looked like she almost got fouled a little bit there before the shot, but was able to get it off and use that backboard.
Eight points for McDonald tonight. Got into some foul trouble early on in the first quarter, so that limited her minutes. And 5 of 6 from the line is McDonald tonight. Speaking of O'Donnell's, there's another O'Donnell's. There's an O'Donnell / Marchese there as head coach Kylie Marchese looks on. Under 30 to play here for Sterling. The opportunity to hold for one last shot. Wilsey carried it. Pass from Johnson came in a little high, and that forced her to carry it over the shoulder, and easy call for the near side official. 15 to play. 15 takes the shot and cannot hit. 5 seconds left to go. Carino from the foul line is fouled. Would have counted if it went. 2 seconds remaining in the third. Foul goes against Tori Wilsey, her first, team's fourth.
Carino, another one, again, one of the outside girls from West Deptford who have the ability to hit the three, hit one tonight when she was open in that second quarter, but not really had too many opportunities.
One more for Carino. Is good. 2 seconds left. Have to be a runner here, and West Deptford at the buzzer converts. Allie Flynn, the junior, chimes in off the steal in the bucket to end the third quarter, but they still trail by 18 points.
Hey, Strauss, there's your buzzer beater.
Yeah, wrong quarter.
And you look at the Group 2 girls standings, again, Manchester Township at the top, Sterling, going against Cedar Creek, Tuesday, March 3rd. You look at, and we will have that live on TV 19 and YouTube. You look at the other end, and you've got West Deptford there, a 6th seed going against Audubon. Also see Haddonfield going against Pemberton. And we look at the boys' side, Sterling going against Del Rand on Tuesday, March 3rd.
I think if Sterling won against Pennsauken, that would have been some major power ranking points for them to really help this out.
There we have Andrew helping out here. Really
Yay, Tech
giving
crew.
it to John, as he always does. But yeah, it's that time of year where you've got to be able to do, as we look at our crowd here on hand, a lot of the little things right. We talked about the perimeter defense, the job that Barry and Sy are doing, and again, you know, the way Sterling's moving the ball around their half-court set, much better than I think earlier in the year.
Again, we come to those playoff times. It's really just don't look at that number. That number you see, Middle Township #3 seed doesn't mean anything. It just means you got to the playoffs. Yeah. Any team can beat any team. And really, we saw last year, I believe it was Middle Township, #5 seed, to knock Sterling out from the playoffs.
Yeah, it definitely can happen.
Except for Camden on the boys' side.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Barry back into the game for Sterling, and she is 9 rebounds away from 1,000. She's gonna have to go on one heck of a defensive tear here if she's gonna pick it up in this home contest.
Now I'm going to venture and say it's probably not going to happen tonight.
Well, there's one.
Well, there's one. I should keep saying that so she can prove me wrong.
Johnson, quick pull-up jumper goes. I think that surprised everybody.
Yeah, the short jumper, not using the backboard.
8 points on the night for Jasmine Johnson. 3 from Laxton, no good. Rebound to Leilani Franklin, and they're gonna call a loose ball foul.
You see
on West Deptford.
Johnson on the rebound. Shot didn't have much of an arc on it, but it doesn't matter if it goes in.
Foul goes on Remy Newcomb, who's into the game for West Deptford for the first time tonight. The first time we've called her name anyway. Leilani Franklin to the line. 80% free throw shooter is Franklin. One more for Franklin on the way. Another offensive rebound for LaTanya Berry. She's now in, she needs 7 for 1,000. You'd have to think at some point, Coach Marchese, probably around the 5 or 4 minute mark, you're going to see all the regulars kind of check out of this one with a 21-point lead.
You see Liza Laxton there really doing a nice job. You know, the drives to the basket have been hard to come by, and in the open court coming up the floor, really did a nice job reading what was in front of her and was able to ultimately get herself to the free throw line.
Offensive rebound, or excuse me, defensive rebound for LaTanya Berry, now 6 away from 1,000.
Do you just take 3 shots and hope LaTanya gets the rebound?
Screen by Marley Sire finds Pelkak and hits. Long 2 for Raina Pelkak for her first bucket of the game.
Now Pelkak was open on that kick out by Johnson and buried it.
Swatted away by Berry, but right back into the hands of Rossi, who converts. Baseball pass picked off by Laxton. I think the ball's touched the floor in a little while, but finally, Newcomb.
And that's probably the first time the press has worked for West Deptford.
Foul as Jacinia Johnson goes up for the rebound, and it's going to go against Rossi. That is her second. That's the team's 8th. So another 1-and-1 trip down the floor for Sterling.
West Deptford definitely one of those middle-of-the-road dangerous teams that can be have the ability to upset a top seed. They just right now do not match up well though with Sterling.
No way, it's their kryptonite.
Well, look too late, picked off by Jasmine Johnson. 2-on-2, and now she will hold everything up.
Jasmine Johnson was all over the floor on that defensive trip.
No shot on the floor. Foul before.
You could see, you'll see this off to the right of your screen where, you know, that's a frustration foul. You've just been having so much trouble dealing with Barry. He's kind of grabbed her. Barry doing a real good job using her body down in the low post. And I think that's one of the, you know, she always had the good hands, could finish early on, but her ability to get down low and use her body against a defender is one area where I think she's really perfected. You know, she's almost finished her senior season here and moving on to college.
Barry, hometown roll, gets it to fall. 14 points on the night for LaTanya Barry. You look at the score comparatively, LaTanya Barry leading all scorers with 14 points. West Deptford only has 21 points on the board. Yeah. And I think even in the last, we saw obviously the last meeting in the coaches tournament, did not see the game at West Deptford, but I don't think they have an answer for the tandem of LaTanya Barry and Marley Sire tonight.
No, I mean, you know, when you go with man defense, there's opportunities to drive the basket, but when you have those two down there, it's just a difference maker.
Foul goes against Jacinia Johnson, her second, team 6th.
One more, and West Deptford are able to go take free throws.
Olivia McGee checking into the game for the Eagles. DeCesar, the freshman, into the game now, and working against Raina Pelkak. That'll be Sterling basketball.
Good opportunity tonight for Sterling to give a lot of girls key minutes. And we said, Rob, that's going to be important, especially you get to the playoffs, you're playing a man defense, you don't want to wear down. So it's a matter of everybody knowing their role.
And they're going to call jump ball West Deptford basketball. Brianna Red going to check into the game for Sterling. And that's going to be the end of the night for LaTanya Barry, I would imagine.
Just needed 6 more rebounds to get to where 1,000.
So the 1,000 rebound plateau will have to wait. She's got her 1,000 points, and that's, we don't have a banner up here for 1,000 rebounds, but that's just something, that's another feather in the cap.
Might have to put one up there.
Great career for LaTanya Barry.
And you see the unforced turnover there, something that plagued Sterling early on in the season, but we haven't seen a whole lot of what we saw right there tonight. You've seen it from time to time, but not as consistently as you've seen it in the early part of the season. And that's a good sign for Sterling, as you said, the playoffs loom a couple weeks from now.
Hard to believe we're already staring at spring sports and winter sports playoffs. What a crazy fast year. And we say that we've been saying this for what, 14 years here, Schulte?
The older you get,
the faster they go.
Goes faster.
Picked off by McGee. McGee all the way to the rack, has it maybe partially blocked by Brianna Red. McGee gets her own rebound and puts it up and in. Almost an over-the-back foul there on Newcomb. No whistle. And now you do get a whistle, and a timeout on the floor for Sterling. 3:14 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Sterling in control, 44-23. And they are going to be looking at their 14th win of the season. You can check out the highlights from this one on YouTube, youtube.com/SterlingTV19. Get the highlights of this game, and then maybe you can go back in time and listen to John's buzzer beater almost call from the other night. Great call the other night.
By John Hallwood.
One of his, hopefully many in his Channel 19 broadcasting career.
Just an outstanding job by John and an outstanding job by the Silver Knights securing that win. A game that just had a slow, methodical pace to it, but it was contrary to the excitement, John, right in the last minute, which Sterling did a great job. We talk about role players. That game was about role players coming in and turning the game around.
Really was, and Arnett was one of those role players.
He's more than a role player. He was a little bit of everything for that.
Pass too hot to handle for Brianna Red. And they call Sterling for a 3-second violation. Red escaped the West Deptford defense and found herself camped out underneath the basket, but couldn't handle the pass.
Yeah, Red, as a freshman coming in here, good experience. This is where you get used to the game, just being faster. Girls move faster, the decision-making's faster. The reaction time needs to be faster, but they're all things that she's going to learn. It's just a natural thing. Good move by Mr. Rob Strauss.
I saved John Hallwood's life with my left hand. Glove save and a beauty.
Glove save. We needed one hockey.
There it is.
Reference.
There it is. Franklin for 3. Rebound to West Deptford, and a foul on Jacinia Johnson.
And West Deptford now will go take some free throws after really not too much of a pretty much not a lot of scoring from West Deptford.
Yeah. Points have been few and far between.
Sterling led after 1, 9-4, and then opened the floodgates in the second quarter, outscoring West Deptford 14-6. DeCesar knocks home her first point of the night from the free throw line. Another freshman getting into the game for these two teams.
Well, this is your time for younger players to see the court.
Sterling basketball, leading by 20 here with 2:20 left to go in the fourth. So Sterling will improve to 14-6 overall. West Deptford's going to drop down to 15-9. Helter-skelter basketball right now for both of these teams in the final 3 minutes.
Yeah, and it's been, for the most part, a pretty solid, under control game. There's been some turnovers here and there, but both teams have done a nice job executing their half-court sets.
Pass picked off by Jacinia over to her sister Jasmine. Finds Franklin. And now Pelkak with the offensive rebound, no foul. Pelkak can't convert. She was clearly pushed and no call.
The whole Sterling bench was shocked for no call there.
Newcomb chimes in with her first bucket of the night off the window. 90 seconds remaining here. In this one, it's been all Sterling, thanks to some great team defense. That's been the name of the game tonight, I think.
Yep.
Franklin from the foul line, leaves it short.
Good communication on defensive end, and you mentioned a lot about the help defense.
Yeah, Franklin will slow it down with 1 minute remaining here in the fourth. Red for three. Almost, and the bench would have went nuts if she dropped that triple.
I don't think yet she has her varsity points. First varsity points, I should say.
I thought Red got a couple late in a game earlier on in the season.
Not 100% sure about that.
We'll have to talk. Yeah. We'll talk to the stat master, Chris Jones.
That's right. That's our
find out after.
Stat guy, who we appreciate giving us all the updates.
Emails us stats to have. Just does such a great job with the. I don't know how he does it with the iPad, and he's always doing such a great job with that. It's invaluable as a coach.
Yep.
To have that information.
What you need to improve on.
Yep.
Yep. Really breaks things down.
I mean, he's doing rebounds, turnovers, a little bit of everything over there by Coach Jones. There he is.
See Chris Jones.
He's getting ready for baseball season as well.
He'll be at it. Just going to say it. Be at it with baseball in a few weeks.
You know, he's excited. He loves his baseball. I know he loves basketball, but baseball, I think, is his number one.
I think so. I think you're right on about that one.
Franklin open down low. Doesn't drop for her. West Deptford with the rebound. And they're going to seal this one. This one is over. Sterling wins 44-26 to complete the 3-game sweep this season of the Eagles. We'll get off to a quick break. Come back with post-game show with Mr. Schul's going to go grab our players of the game. We're back with post-game show right after this.
Sorry, I missed it.
It's okay. You can check out all the highlights on Sterling TV 19's YouTube channel.
Oh, wow, really? All right, I'll check it out then.
Bye.
Yeah, that's that girl I was talking about.
Hey, I like your new tattoo.
Hey, when are you gonna post something new?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, how was the game?
It was great. We won.
I'm sorry I missed it.
It's okay. You can check out all the highlights on Sterling TV 19's YouTube channel.
Oh, wow, really? All right, I'll check it out then.
Bye.
With our stars of the game here, we're first going to talk to LaTanya Burry. Boy, you know, one thing we talked about when we looked at this game was the patient trips down the floor. Does that allow you to do more down low to get yourself free?
Yeah, it allows me to like gather myself and like wait for everyone else to get down the floor and steal my girls so they can get like the perfect pass into me.
And we're very impressed with your evolution of being able to get a pass with somebody on you, because they just send girls your way, and still be under control in going up with the ball. Is that something that's just gotten better over the last year?
Yeah, we work on it a lot in practice. Like Coach Dowse would like push me around and stuff to like get me ready for these type of stuff, like 3 girls or 4 girls coming on me. So I know what to do once they send everyone in. And Marley's always open on the other box. So it's either I go up or I look for Marley.
And a big part of this game, you know, obviously the offense was good, but talk about the defense and your guys' ability to cut off their drives to the basket.
We talked about it in the locker room before. Coach told us to play like good defense. And we came out and did exactly what she wanted. We've been practicing it all day yesterday. We've been practicing. They had a good shooter, number 4, so we knew what to do because we already played them twice. Right. So we already know what to do and what to look for, and just come out and play good defense.
Well, you did that tonight, LaTanya. Congratulations on a big win, and next game you'll get your 1,000th rebound.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, and Jasmine coming in here. With, I believe, 8 points in this game. But, you know, we talked to LaTanya about the defense down low. Talk to us about what you guys were able to do out on the perimeter defending.
On the perimeter, we kind of just, like, hedge. Like, we try to give a hesitation and then come back to our girl, and we just make sure they don't get open. And our defense, we just, like, try to stick on our girl and help each other.
What I like about the perimeter defense, and I think it has a lot to do with you guys getting a lot of different girls in there, having fresh legs, but your ability to stay low, your positioning on defense, you are excellent at that. Is that something you've worked at for a long period of time?
Yeah, something that Behringer and I have been working on. Like, I've been, like, standing still on my tippy toes, and he just told me to get low, and I'd beat the girl every time.
The other thing you're good at is that running one-hander, you don't use the backboard. But you seem to have a good knack for getting it in the basket, especially under pressure. Is that another thing you've gotten better at, especially this year, getting more playing time?
Yeah, actually, I've worked on it this morning. We had a delayed opening, so I just got in the gym 7 o'clock in the morning, and I've been working on that same exact shot and doing it over and over again. It's just a habit now, you know?
And talk about also, and we've seen you do it a couple times, maybe earlier part of the year, you might have had a fast break and taken it a little out of control to the basket, but it seems like now when you don't, you'll look for the fast break, but we don't see anything there, you'll circle back and reset the offense. Is that something as a team you guys have gotten better at?
Yeah, it's something that as a team that we've if it's not there, you pull it out and don't be selfish and take it up anyway. So we just take it out and run a play, you know?
Well, you did a great job at that tonight, Jasmine. Great job, and thanks again for coming on with us.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Yep. Tatiana Johnson, wow, you're getting a lot of opportunities off of girls going towards LaTanya, going towards Marley. But I think more importantly, you see the floor well. Is that something you want to filter through the entire offense, get the whole team doing that?
Yeah, well, last year I got introduced to, or not last year, freshman year I got introduced to playing as a guard because in middle school I used to play a big. And so I've progressively been able to know where I'm supposed to be at on the floor at all times because I could be a big, I could be a guard. And now I've been added in as a point guard sometimes. So I kind of know where I'm supposed to be at every time if I'm in a specific area, you know what I mean? Sure. So I know where everyone else is going to be at.
and you're taking on, as a junior, because you've had some experience, more experience than some of the other girls. Obviously the seniors are leaders, Marley, LaTanya. But you're taking on that leadership role, and I think it was really evident when you had that one inbound pass. You wanted the ball. You let her know that. Talk about that play right there where you had the inbound.
I heard the opposite team's coach say to double LaTanya, and so they were, excuse me, they were focused on LaTanya mostly, and the girl that was on me was tiny, so I just asked for the ball.
Is that something that having experience gives you, is anticipation in a situation like that?
Yeah, and instinct, I guess, because me yelling at Lay's not taking that why is she yelling at me? She's just oh, she just wants the ball and to get it into her, and I know, she understood that. So
sometimes you have to take the upper hand and communicate.
Yeah, I didn't want to be rude, but
you were fine. It was a good play in the game. Tatiana, thanks for coming on with us, and great job, and best luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Okay. Coach Marchese, how are you doing? Got a lot of girls in there, different starting lineup. The ball movement was real good on offense. Talk a little bit about that.
It was awesome to see, honestly. I thought they had a lot of chemistry, the starting five, and then even when we subbed and we moved Jazz to the bench, and to her credit, I talked to her about it before the Collingswood game that we were going to do that. She's been in a little bit of a funk, and we just said we want to get her back to what she was doing last year. She was coming off the bench. She was a spark for us. She was contributing on defense. She was attacking the basket to score, and we did that Collingswood game, and it really worked. And we said, Nia went down, so it kind of changed things a little bit, but we decided to stick with that today, get Leilani in the starting lineup. I thought they looked great, bring Jazz in for her, and the team never missed a beat, but it was a different kind of, I don't know, the way we played. It's just a little bit different with Jazz in the game. So, I don't know. I liked a lot of the different combinations we had out there today. I thought they really worked well together.
Is that something you're starting to understand better as a coach, the mental? Obviously, you've been around this game long as a player, but the mental part of how players handle things, is that something with your experience as a coach, you're starting to see a lot better?
For sure. And it's challenging in them a little bit. And to their credit, every time we challenge them with something, they don't shy away from it. They don't, she could have been mad at us, for lack of a better word, upset with us for doing that. And instead, she took it as a challenge. She went out and she did exactly what we asked her to do. And you can tell she's excited about it. She's playing, and all the kids, to their credit, whenever we ask them to do something, they do it, right? It doesn't always result in a win. We've had some tough losses this year, but we have a really good group of kids who they do just want to play together and have fun at the end of the day. Sometimes we try and get them to be even more aggressive, and I thought tonight they really did come out and play with intensity and passion. That's what we've been challenging them with, because they really are just fun. They want to go out, they want to have fun, they want to play basketball together, and we're guys, play angry a little bit, and they did that tonight. I thought that was good.
How important is it, and to what you're saying, with 2 weeks left in the season, the playoffs looming, that girls understand their roles on this team?
It's huge. It's huge. And that was another thing that we started preaching to them like midway through the season is everybody was trying to do a little bit too much. Just do your job. If everybody does their job, it'll take care of itself, right? You know, we want Latanya and Marley to, when they get the ball, we want them to square up. We want them to turn and score. We want the guards, when they're open on the wing, to take their open shots. We tell them, if you don't take your open shot, we have a better chance of turning it over. Whereas if you shoot it, we have a great chance of getting an offensive rebound for a score, right? Defensively, we don't have to do anything crazy. Just stay in your position. If we're in zone, stay in your zone. If we're in man, take care of your responsibilities. Be in deny, and just, again, don't get carried away with trying to do too much. Just do your job, and if everybody does their job, then we'll be great. You know, we'll be fine. So
only ask as much as they can give you as a coach.
Yeah, and like I said, they're really, like, it's been an up and down year with injuries and sicknesses and everything. So I'm really proud of the way they played tonight. Responded. This was a really good win for us to beat them the third time we played them this season. So for them to come out with that type of intensity and get, 20-point win essentially, that's really good momentum for us. We have a big game Saturday night against West Tech. They're pretty good, athletic, and that's going to be a challenge for us. So this was a good start to get us rolling again.
Yeah. Well, good having a good test late in the season. Kylie, thanks for coming on with us. Congratulations on a big win.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. And we are going to take it right back to Mr. Rob Strauss.
Thank you very much, Schulze, and congratulations to Coach Marchese and the rest of the girls on another great win. Win number 14 on the season for them. Next TV game is next Tuesday. Girls right back in action on this court against the Garnets, an up-and-coming team having a good season. Currently sitting a couple games under 500, but a much improved Haddon Heights squad. So we'll have that for you here at 5:30. And if you can't make it, you can check us out on YouTube as well. Just go to youtube.com/Sterling19. Sterling wins this one 44-26. Latanya Berry led the way with 14 points. We'll see you next Tuesday as we get ready for Haddon Heights. For Kevin Schulz, John Hallwood, Tad Kozineski, the entire Channel 19 crew, I'm Rob Strauss. We'll see you next time. Good night.